I think you'll agree with me, but that was a very strong foundation for the topic that's coming up now in the next session, which is titled Strategic Energy from Politics to the Market, or from Market to Politics. Challenges and game-changer innovations. The first keynote speaker, whom I cordially invite to the stage now, is Arnoldas Pikžirnis, Vice Minister for Energy at the Ministry of Energy of the Republic of Lithuania. Before this position, he was head of administration of the Democratic Union Vardan Lietuvos, that is, in the name of Lithuania, as an advisor to the Prime Minister on national security, domestic and foreign policy issues, and as an advisor to the Minister of the Interior. The floor is yours, sir.
Thank you so much. Dear colleagues, it's a privilege to take part in this critical conversation. And let me be frank. Energy is no longer just an economic issue. It's a matter of our national security, our sovereignty, and our survival as a whole. The question posed by today's discussion is not theoretical. For Lithuania and other countries in our region, it reflects the reality that we lived through and the transformation that we had to make. Just a decade ago, Lithuania was wholly dependent on Russian energy. That dependence gave the Kremlin the leverage, economic, political, and psychological. But today, we are a regional leader in energy independence, and that transformation was entirely political in its nature. From 2022, we have zero imports of Russian energy. Our exit from a BREL, EPS, UPS, electricity ring, our synchronization with the European grids in February this year, the construction of key infrastructure projects, Klaipėda LNG terminal, Litpol link and Nordbal interconnectors, they were driven not by market signals. We were driven by clear political imperative to eliminate the Kremlin's ability to manipulate and intimidate. Sadly, we still see it today in Europe. Our choices turned into market assets. We brought competition, price transparency, and confidence to our energy markets. Klaipėda's LNG terminal enables the imports of LNG at market prices without overpaying the geopolitical premium which we were forced to pay before. We had the biggest price of gas in Europe when we were dependent on the Kremlin. And it's decreased more than double from that time. We fully support the recent Repower EU action plan to end the remaining dependencies on Russian energy imports as a bold and necessary step towards strategic diversification. It's a declaration that Europe will never again be blackmailed by authoritarian energy suppliers. And we can definitely do that. Since 2022, a record of 12 new LNG terminals and 6 expansion projects were commissioned in the EU. The current import capacity is still not fully exploited. While International Energy Agency projects a global doubling of LNG by 2030, the EU is well positioned to secure competitive long-term contracts, particularly from the United States and other reliable sources. It is also a huge opportunity to deepen our transatlantic energy partnership. US LNG is already a key component of Lithuania's energy supply, and with the right infrastructure and regulatory cooperation, it can become a strategic pillar of Europe's long-term energy security. We welcome the United States' ambition to be a major supplier of energy to Europe. This is not just about trade, it's not about deals. It's about building a secure energy architecture with a reliable and democratic partner. The Baltic states are living proof that strategic independence is achievable. This did not happen through market forces alone. It happened through deliberate choices, coordinated planning, and trusted alliances, including with the EU and our partners in the United States. Now, another political issue and priority is rising fast: the physical protection of our critical infrastructure in energy field. Pipelines, interconnectors, LNG terminals, high-voltage substations are not just economic assets. It's not technical tools that we have to serve and maintain. It's a strategic asset. And we are clearly strategic targets for Russia. Investing in the hardening and defense of energy infrastructure is a political decision with immediate market implications. A single attack on a major transmission hub or gas pipeline can destabilize markets, trigger price shocks, and erode public trust in the whole system. That's why Lithuania is working closely with our Baltic neighbors, NATO partners, and the EU to enhance physical surveillance of key sites, develop rapid incident response capabilities, and coordinate intelligence sharing and defense planning around energy assets. We call on the EU and our dear partners to treat the energy infrastructure security with the same seriousness as military readiness, because in today's world, they are intertwined. Spain's example just recently has indicated what our daily life and our reality would look like when we are left without power. Let's be realistic. Markets alone cannot deliver resilience. We cannot protect grids from sabotage, deter geopolitical conversion, and respond rapidly to systemic shocks. Only political leadership, strategic investment, and alliances based on shared values can provide that foundation. Therefore, we must act decisively to lock in the transatlantic energy ties, strengthen regional cooperation, and shield our infrastructure, physically and digitally, from those who seek to weaponize energy. In energy, as in geopolitics, your suppliers define your vulnerabilities. Lithuania chose to walk away from dependence. We chose infrastructure alliances and autonomy. Today, we urge our European partners to continue down that path with the United States as our strategic energy partner. Security must come before excuses of why homeworks are not done. Resilience must come before the return to normal thinking. Let us build the energy system that is free, protected, and built to last. Thank you.